Disney's puffed French toast, all for you, today on Cindy Certified Recipes. Hey, welcome everybody to Cindy Certified Recipes. Today I dug into my Disney vault to bring you guys a classic from the Crystal Palace at Disney's Magic Kingdom, puffed French toast. We're doing that today. But before we get to that, I would sure appreciate if you guys would subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It's totally free. And then hit that notification bell so you get first dibs on all my upcoming videos. Now let's get to that French toast. We have all of our ingredients set out here and ready to go. And I'm going to tell you the first thing I like to do is to make the cinnamon sugar that we're going to dredge our warm French toast sticks in. And so with that, I like to just get a little sandwich bag. And I'm going to take 3/4 of a cup of sugar and pour that in there. And this is 5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And put that in there and just zip it up. And my technique is I like to turn it like this. Just keep turning it, kind of like a rock tumbler, until I think it looks all mixed together very nicely. And you don't have any streaks of sugar or dark brown areas of cinnamon hanging out. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to open that up and pour that onto a plate. You want a nice flat surface because that's what you're going to be dredging your sticks in. Just kind of smooth that around like that. And I'm going to put that over by the stove because that's where we're going to be dredging our sticks. And the next thing I like to do is cut up our bread. And I want to show you, not everyone might be familiar with Texas toast, but this is a nice thick cut bread. And it has a little denser texture than, I would say, than regular sandwich bread. And it comes in very handy in making French toast. And at the Crystal Palace, when they used to make this, they would cut it and serve it in triangles. So if you wanted to make it like them, you would cut it this way. But we're going to have fun with this today, and we're going to make sticks. Nice French toast sticks. So I cut each slice into thirds, like so. And I just put them over here in this little bowl so they're easy to grab. And so I'm just going to cut up a few more here. Yeah, that's probably good. That's going to make a lot of sticks. And so I'm going to set that over here too by my stove. And the next thing I like to do is our dry ingredients. And so for that, we're going to take our flour and our baking powder. Sorry, you want to use baking powder, not baking soda. And so we're going to use 1 cup of flour, and this is all-purpose flour. And this is 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. You need this so it'll puff. And just want to whisk that up and make sure that that baking powder is spread around that flour. All right. Set that aside. Now we're going to start on our wet ingredients, which I'm going to start with that with using 2 cups of whole milk. And you can see these really pretty blue eggs, 2 whole eggs. And I like when I use eggs to make sure they're room temperature, but Disney's doesn't say that they have to be. So if you forget, no problem. And then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And this is 2.5 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And this is just a tiny bit of salt. And I don't care what anybody says, Disney doesn't call for nutmeg, but I think all French toast recipes benefit from nutmeg. So this is my Cindy certified edition, adding half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now we're gonna whisk that up nice. That's good. And now you wanna slowly add your dry mixture. Whip it as you go. You want to incorporate it and make sure that when you're done whipping that the batter is nice and smooth. That's looking great. You can see it's nice and smooth. And now we're going to take our batter over to the stove and start heating up our oil and start making this French toast. We have our little assembly line of bread and batter and frying and dredging all set up here. And what I like to do is give my batter another little whisk because I like to try and keep all those ingredients in suspension, especially that nutmeg. And so I just give that a whisk from time to time. And I got my oil approximately around 350. And if you're not sure, you don't have a thermometer, just put a little batter and drop it in there. And you can see that starts to sizzle up really nice. And so you're ready to go. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little sticks, dredge it in the batter, dabble off the excess, put them in the pan. Now I personally don't like dealing with too many in there at one time, so that's about what I like to deal with. You can see with that baking soda how it puffs out the edges. It's fun. You need to be turning them a couple times just to make sure they're nice and golden on both sides. A couple here ready to come out. Put them on your paper towel. Let them drain just a little bit. Like so. And then while they're still warm, you're just gonna put them in cinnamon sugar. Like so. It looks so good, you guys. And then you're just gonna put them on a little rack. And if you're making a whole bunch, you can turn your oven on to 275 and place them in the oven and keep them warm while you do the rest of your big batch. There's another little lovely stick. Can hardly wait. I can see with this process why I don't like to deal with more than 4 at one time. And now we are going to mix our batter. Give it a little suspension whisk here. And start another batch. All right, last one, and now we're gonna go plate them up and give them a bite. These French toast sticks are so fun to make and they're so fun to eat, and you can let your imagination run wild with dipping sauces, fruit, whipped cream, anything you want. On the plate here I have just plain old maple syrup, but here I have chocolate. So I'm gonna take one here and dip it in the chocolate. Look at that. Make a messy bite. Lightly crunchy. Nice and soft inside. Got cinnamon sugar on the outside. Everybody's gonna love these, you guys. And you can make them for a special brunch or special holiday or just for you, and you wanna eat them all to yourself. So enjoy these, you guys. Everyone's gonna love them. It might be gone from the park, but now you can enjoy this French toast anytime. And as always, if it's time tested, top-notch ingredients, and the talk of the table, it's Cindy certified.